All right, welcome back. Today's video is kind of interesting. Now, what I'm going to do today, at the beginning of the week, I planned on doing yesterday. And then this showed up, and I was going to do this today. Now, this is a challenge, a very serious challenge. In fact, this is going to be probably the most outrageous challenge I've ever done. The only thing is that yesterday I spent a good portion of yesterday down in my basement, and I was getting things organized and cleaned because I'm supposed to get some power tools, and I was making room, and it was really dusty, cold. You know, it messed up my sinuses, and it must have plugged my sinuses up pretty bad because this morning I woke up and my throat was kind of, in other words, I was probably snoring because my sinuses were plugged up. Now, this product has Reaper in it, and anyone who knows Carolina Reaper attacks the throat, both figurative and literal. And that's where it just grabs a hold. And if my throat isn't at 100%, this challenge was already going to be tough as it is at 100%. And if it's not all there, I just set myself up for failure. And I really wanted to do this, but I know my limitations. I don't want to set myself up for failure by just starting off as a handicapped. So this isn't going anywhere. I'm excited to do this, partially nervous, but more excited than anything. We'll do this next week when everything is settled down. I just don't want to, try to do something, half-assed when it's already going to be tough enough if I was already fully, nothing was wrong. So we're going to hold this off for later, and then we shall see. We'll revisit this next week. Now, the challenge that it's not even a challenge. It's just something actually a fellow chili head reminded me of in one of his own videos. I love watching other people review products and do spicy challenges. One of the channels I really like watching is Zinger Nation. Now, Jason and his channel it's well-rounded. In fact, Jason's actually a fellow Navy vet, and he and I actually served on the same ship. And if we can get the dates lined up, we might have actually been on the same ship at the same time, way back in the day. He would have been ship's company, but I would have been temporary duty because the Navy needed to put me someplace for a few months before my training, my final phase of my training kicked off. But it just shows you how small the world is, and it's even smaller through the Navy, and it gets even smaller in the chili head community. But Jason, like I said, his channel, it's robust. That's the easiest way I can put it. He reviews stuff like hot sauces, and he does challenges, and then just product reviews. One of my favorite segments is when he has his co-stars with him, his two boys, and I often root for him to have bad products or stuff that no one really wants, because one of the things I love the most is when his boys, their opinions are very unvarnished, and whenever they don't like something, they're going to let you know, and every time it makes me smile. Now, they just recently did something during their snack time. Jason's wife found a mango habanero coconut ice cream, and she found it at Walmart of all places. They did the review. Boys didn't really care for it, and I think if I'm right, it was because of the coconut, which I completely understand, because the coconut is it's not for everyone. It's not my cup of tea either. Now, during his video, he mentioned that as soon as he saw the ice cream, he thought of my mango habanero whiskey review, which, by the way, in retrospect, I really wish that was a smaller bottle, because that got old real quick. Like I had to toss it because it just wasn't for me. It was a nice novelty. But anyways, that aside, he also brought up something else that we had talked about, where he thought of when I mentioned ice cream stuffed habaneros, and it's called Fire and Ice. Now, I can't take credit for the name Fire and Ice, or even coming up with it's not even a challenge. I saw it on the Travel Channel or like the Food Network. Like, it was a while ago. It was way before Jen passed, so maybe 8-9 years ago. Anyway, it was way back in the day when eating spicy food was just a niche thing. Now it's mainstream. People are doing challenges. I mean, for Pete's sake, you know, Dunkin' Donuts has a ghost pepper donut. But that's back in the day when you mentioned that you were eating a certain type of chili, and people were like, what the hell's wrong with you? Well, I mean, people still do that, but at least now it's more accepted. It's more like people understand what's going on. In that show, they had this group of people that would get together, and they brought hot sauces from all the way around. They make spicy foods, challenge each other, and one guy brought out a tray of ice cream stuffed habaneros, and they called it Fire and Ice. And I thought, wow, that looks great. That seems awesome. And I promptly never did anything with it. That was until recently. I grow chilies, not Ed Curry type chilies, but I am going to try to grow some super hots this year. I'm going to see how that goes. But mainly I grow like habaneros and serranos because that's what I usually cook with. But I get so many that I have to start getting creative with what to do with them, otherwise they go bad. I also have a huge blueberry bush, so I always make a blueberry and habanero barbecue sauce, and that's always great. But it's still, I have tons of habaneros to get rid of, so I made an ice cream. It was a habanero infused double vanilla bourbon ice cream with peaches. Now, I made one regular batch. It was awesome, and then I made one that ended up being kind of like a challenge, and it wasn't that enjoyable. It'd be cool if you had a bunch of friends around and you wanted to see who could last the longest, but as far as one person eating it, it was just too much. So, but I still had habaneros, and I had this habanero ice cream, and I thought, Fire and Ice. I finally get to do it. I thought about filming it, but it was kind of like, why would somebody want to watch me eat 5 habaneros of this same thing over and over again? Because it was literally habanero on top of habanero. It was tasty, but boring. But so I'm kind of glad I didn't, because I can now like mix things up and try different ice creams with a habanero that I think might go together. Now, I did try to find that mango habanero coconut ice cream at Walmart, but my Walmart is kind of smaller. It didn't have it. I didn't expect it because, I mean, New England's not exactly the chili capital of the world. So I just found some other stuff. Now, I have here, I have to keep them cold, 6 habaneros. Now, I hope you can see them. Kind of give it a little tour here. I've got different flavors. Now, I had to go with the generic base. We have chocolate. We have vanilla. You gotta start with a baseline. Right here we have pineapple sorbet, and then I'm legally obligated to have a mango habanero, which is mango right here. Here I have a ginger ice cream. It's like a vanilla ginger, so I call this Daywalker ice cream. And then because this gave me an excuse to get ice cream, because I don't really get it that often, is my favorite ice cream is Cherry Garcia. Now these two are Haagen-Dazs, and the rest of this stuff is fairly local. I mean, Ben & Jerry's, it's from Vermont, so I guess you can consider it local. But these are like, this is ice cream right here. I can't remember who made it, but it's like made in New Hampshire. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a drink. Now this isn't a challenge, so I can do whatever I want. But let's get the baseline one out of the way. This is the generic one. Now what I did was I just cut off the tops as much where I can actually still be able to access and still have seeds in them, because you're still going to take some of them off. But the majority of them, all I did was just push everything down. So everything's fun down here. So very cold. Oh my God, cold. Not hot. Well, habanero's kicking in, but my teeth really hate me right now. Oh, even the habanero, because I had to put them back in the freezer to set everything back up. But this one's going to be kind of rough because it's so big, but it's Cherry Garcia. Let's go in. Let's refresh the palate, shall we? Just going with water, so that way I don't put milk or anything else in there. Let's let's not do a cream-based one. Let's just get the, this is the mango sorbet. Like I said, you have to have mango habanero, so might as well keep going with that theme. Can't wait for a rain freezer to kick in. I didn't take these out long enough to. The ice cream set, that one was really good. That mango one was, that man, that's way better than the vanilla. Hey, Sophie. That one was really good. Cleanse the palate. Sophie's over there staring at me. Not a big chocolate fan, so now I'm gonna wait for a second because, like I said, these are everything is just the habanero is still very cold, and like that with the ice cream is against my teeth. Just let's give them a few more seconds. But now some people might be asking, is like, dude, you just said that you aren't going to be doing, you know, spicy food because of your throat. There's a bit of a difference depending on what chili you have. Now the Reaper, like I said, it goes for the throat. Now what I've noticed with habaneros and like Ghost, it's more of a mouth burn. Same thing with the Scorpion, the tongue and mouth. Like habanero for me kind of sits on the tongue a little bit and a little bit in the mouth, but mainly the tongue. So habaneros are like, to me, habaneros are what people would view as jalapenos. I love habaneros. I cook with them constantly. Plus it's the hottest thing I can find around here on a regular basis. Like I said, that's why I grow them, because for some reason the ones I grow at home here end up being hotter because I distress them more, which is why the stuff in New Mexico tastes amazing, because it's so hot out there. Now let's go for the chocolate one. Not a big chocolate fan, but but I do this for science. I do this for you, so. So cold. So cold. The chili part doesn't even bother me. It's not even really that hot, but the one I'm looking forward to, other than my favorite, is that pineapple sorbet. I have a feeling that one's going to be really good. So let me knock out this Daywalker ice cream, the vanilla ginger. You know what I'm talking about. Wow. That was really good. That ginger, oh man. I think I've just found something. I'm gonna have to do this more often. Holy, it's really good. This one has a little bit more kick to it, but that ginger, oh my goodness. Where the hell have you been? What's that, Sophie? You want some? No? Okay. My God, that's good. Now, I'm not shooting this one. I'm going to enjoy this one. This is amazing. I need to go to the store to get some more habaneros. That was amazing. So that one had a little bit more kick to it. This one I had the most promise for, so we'll see. You did not disappoint, you little nugget of heaven. This is so good. It's kind of hard to find the pineapple sorbet. I was about to have to use those fruit sticks, you know, those fruit pop bars. But luckily, I went to another store and I found the pineapple sorbet. But I don't think it would go wrong either way. But this is so good. Mm. And good note is that you plenty of vitamin C. And I'm getting stuck in my mouth. Lots of vitamin C in chilies. And now, my favorite ice cream. I actually don't know how this is gonna match up, but it's Terry Garcia, so I don't care. Any excuse to eat Cherry Garcia and I'm down. But to be honest, so far, that vanilla ginger ice cream, the Daywalker ice cream, that one was surprising. That was amazing. And the pineapple one so far is still number maybe 1A, 1B. To be honest, the Cherry Garcia really doesn't really work. It's kind of masking the habanero, which some people might enjoy, but it doesn't really add anything. It's still good because it's Cherry Garcia, but if I was doing a flavor profile, this would probably be kind of disappointing. Still good, but compared to like the sorbets and that ginger. What's that? Huh? She's probably mad because she's not getting ice cream. Well, that's it for today's video. Like I said, the monster that lurks inside this box here, we will visit this again next week. But until then, like, if you want to make these, God, they're so good. If you're worried about the spiciness, you can cut out the seeds and the veins. I don't know why you would, but in case you just want to try to do something like this, that pineapple and that ginger were amazing. They were delicious. So if you're thinking about doing something like that, I would tackle those. And the mango was actually pretty good too. So stay away from the vanilla and chocolate. That's just boring. I cannot describe how good that ginger and that pineapple sorbet were. So until next week, I will be signing off. Have a great weekend and be safe.